Welcome to Marks British Airways Fleet Update, looking at short and long-haul fleets. Thanks for joining us on the British Airways Fleet Update. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click for notification.
Well, welcome to another British Airways Fleet Update brought to you at 38,000 feet on Golf Tango November Echo Foxtrot, which is the newest member of the British Airways A321 family and actually features in this fleet update. The aircraft only arrived on Friday the 9th of May, a few days for BA to check it over, get it ready for passenger service, and then it flew last night to Copenhagen, and it's worked back from Copenhagen, and then I'm on its fourth flight from Milan Linate, which it's worked. So very exciting to be on this aircraft in its first 24 hours of operation. But right now, let's get on with the British Airways Fleet Update and see what's been happening across the subsidiaries, the short and long haul fleets across British Airways.
Short and long haul, let's have a look at what's been going on after the dramatic events last week with that massive long haul fleet order. I'm not going to repeat all that, but you can have a look at last week's video if you want to refresh yourself. We will be bringing you a Marks Trains, Planes and Trams review of the long haul fleet strategy fairly soon, so you can look forward to that. But the Cityflyer fleet, the Embraer 190s, Lima Charlie Yankee Romeo, returned from Exeter to London City, Cityflyer 9770 on the 15th of May after its maintenance at Exeter. And then strangely, the following day, another aircraft flew from London City down to Exeter, CityJet 9769, Lima Charlie Alpha Hotel. So they used two sets of crew, didn't swap them over at Exeter. Lima Charlie Alpha Bravo remains at Exeter Aerospace and been there since the 7th of May. On the Gatwick-based Euroflyer fleet, Echo Uniform X-Ray Hotel returned from BA maintenance in Glasgow. It flew as the Euroflyer 9751. Call sign Griffin has been pointed out, which of course is correct. Glasgow to Gatwick on the 13th of May, and the crew that brought that back had already flown up from Gatwick with Echo Uniform X-Ray Lima on the Euroflyer 9750. Echo Uniform Victor remains at Gatwick on lease from the Mainline fleet. Our expectation is they'll transfer that across. Flight Radar 24 have already entered that, but if you check the G-Info Civil Aviation Authority database, it's still shown as a Mainline aircraft. And then the rather troublesome Golf Alpha Tango November, which we recorded the saga of that aircraft here, skin repairs, flying at a low altitude from Glasgow to Heathrow. Sadly, seems to have had further issues, flown to Heathrow on the 12th of May for maintenance at the Heathrow facility. The two aircraft from Titan Airways on wet lease to BA continue, Whiskey Kilo, Whiskey Mike, and the Mainline short-haul fleet of the Airbus aircraft has Echo Uniform Oscar concluding its visit to Glasgow maintenance on the 15th of May, flying back in service with passengers on the shuttle 7 Juliet Glasgow to Heathrow and back into business after that. And Echo Uniform Echo had flown the previous day on shuttle 6 Uniform and entered Glasgow maintenance the next morning. Echo Uniform Tango remains at Malta. Echo Uniform Papa remains at Madrid, and Echo Uniform Sierra remains at Dublin. All three therefore maintenance activities since various dates in April. And Echo Uniform Yankee Papa flew out to Malta from London Heathrow, BA 9272 maintenance at Malta. That flight took place on the 3rd of May. Little bit of excitement around the new Airbus short-haul deliveries from the Airbus factories. We're still waiting for Tango Tango Sierra Bravo, which ran into some difficulty at Toulouse. Tango Tango Sierra Golf, we think, is the next one off the A320 production line in Toulouse. Tango November Echo Foxtrot flew from Hamburg Finkenwerder to London Heathrow on its delivery flight on Friday, the 9th of May, BA 9253, first commercial flight the following Monday on the 12th of May on the BA2. And then I bumped into it 3 flights later on its 4th flight, and this is what happened.
Well, and the most significant development in terms of new aircraft is the delivery of this plane Golf Tango November Echo Foxtrot from Hamburg Finkenwerder, arrived last Friday on the 9th of May, and it entered service yesterday, 12th of May, and straight into its duties. One of the things that I've discovered the hard way on a plane like this is that new aircraft don't have Wi-Fi fitted. Now, I've reported on this programme before how aircraft have to be flown up to Prestwick for Wi-Fi fitment. So BA is now building up a backlog of a further batch of aircraft that will need fitting with Wi-Fi. Quite why they can't arrange with Airbus to have them fitted prior to delivery, I'm not sure. Or if that doesn't work, maybe plan B would be to send them to Prestwick for fitment or wherever else they're going to fit them before they enter passenger service. It's a bit disappointing to get on a new aircraft and find that it doesn't have the latest kit working. Anyway, that's my moan, my whinge. So let's get on with the rest of the fleet update.
So I hope that's of interest. Sister ship A321 Tango November Echo Golf is closely hot on the heels of Echo Foxtrot. That was delivered on Friday, the 16th of May, and we're expecting that to enter service next week. And then Tango November Echo Hotel undergoing final assembly. Nothing to really add on the A350 fleet. The A380 fleet generally behaving itself. X-Ray Lima Echo Bravo remains in Manila. There was a bit of disruption on the BA55 to Johannesburg on the 11th of May with a shortage of serviceable A380s. They had to wait the arrival of BA206 from Miami the next morning, which was turned round, serviced and loaded up, ready for a 12:32 departure. Other than that, all good. The 777 fleet, well, we're finally able to tell you Victor India Whiskey has returned from Cardiff, the last example to be fitted, and that's good news. The aircraft actually dropping into service after I'd prepared these slides, vice a sister ship on the evening Doha flight on the 16th of May. Victor India Foxtrot returned from maintenance at Cardiff as the BA 9173 on the 14th of May, and off to Abuja. Victor India Bravo on the BA 9175 from Heathrow to Cardiff for its maintenance. And the youngest member of the British Airways 777 family, Golf Sierra Tango Bravo Papa, flew to JFK on a regular flight on the 9th of May, landed normally, but the aircraft was unfit for its return journey, BA 112 that evening. That service was cancelled. Bravo Papa remained on the ground at JFK pending maintenance attention, eventually declared fit to return to Heathrow as the BA 9603 on the 14th of May. It's not worked since then. And on the 787 fleet, I can tell you 7879 Zulu Bravo Kilo Mike remains at Abu Dhabi under maintenance since the 4th of May. Zulu Bravo Juliet Golf is at Cardiff. We think that's for Club Suites fitment. And just remember, it flew to Cardiff after 3 weeks out of use at Heathrow. We're expecting Juliet Foxtrot to head to Cardiff soon. Juliet Echo, which is fitted with Club Suite, substituted on the 15th of May for an Airbus A320 on the Shuttle 8 Lima 9 Juliet from London to Edinburgh and back to London. Bit of long haul action there with a 7878 on the BA shuttle to Edinburgh. That's a good opportunity to enjoy that sort of thing. Zulu Bravo Kilo Golf on the 7879 fleet flew to Cardiff for maintenance on the 5th of May. Zulu Bravo Kilo Sierra, which has been out of use for 50 days at Heathrow, that returned to traffic on the BA 61, 15th of May. And the last of the Rolls-Royce engine Dreamliners for BA Zulu Bravo Lima Lima 78710, that's all painted, looking ready for its first test flight over at the Boeing facility in Charleston, South Carolina. Much shorter list of 787s not available than we're used to. Just 5 aircraft to report, 1 for Club Suites fitment, 1 at Cardiff, 1 at Abu Dhabi for maintenance, and just 2 aircraft stored pending Rolls-Royce engine arrangements. Juliet Delta at Cardiff, which will also be awaiting its Club Suites fitment when the engines arrive. And Lima Delta on the 787-10 is the longest stopped 787 since the 23rd of September last year. Well, look, I'd like to say thanks to everyone for watching this BA Fleet update. Especially grateful for those who like the video on YouTube. If you engage or comment, provide us information. Thanks to Flyer Talk for the hints, the tips, the information, the pointers that the posters on Flyer Talk give us, the sort of things that head off for more research on my part. But do check out Flyer Talk for the latest information, all your updates and discussions on matters BA. I'll see you here on Marks Trains, Planes and Trams for another British Airways Fleet update very soon.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe and click the notification button so you don't miss any of the great trips Mark has coming your way on this YouTube channel.